Be sure to check out mythvisionpodcast.com. Help MythVision grow, guys. Become a Patreon member. You guys will get early access to all my videos when I'm done editing them. Also, it's a small community where you guys can message me your questions and talk to me in private. You guys can also donate through PayPal and Cash App. Join the social media links down in the description. We have Twitter, Facebook, all sorts of social media. Help the community of MythVision grow. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you guys are notified every time I do a live video and you don't miss any of my content. You've got the Parousia in your hands, Dr. Bob. And who's that written by?
J. Stuart Russell.
That was on your bookshelf right over here, huh?
Yep.
So you've long been through this full preterist material. You've seen this stuff for a while now.
Yeah, and I've always been intrigued by it and tempted by it, and it's just that this Israel-only thing, that's really a different take on it that doesn't seem to be implied by the rest of this. There's so much good stuff in this book. It's great. When he finally starts fudging slightly, it's still, it doesn't really, he's trying to get out of the corner he's painted himself into, but it's not stupid. I love this book. It's a big one, too, but let's see how long this is.
Yeah, you went through some of the symbolic language and stuff he was describing on the end. And where skeptics say it didn't happen, he's trying to say, yeah, but when did the sun go dark? I mean, when did all these things happen? And he's trying to make an argument that it's apocalyptic language describing a cataclysmic event of a nation or a people or something like that. And that I do find interesting, which is why I mentioned failed prophecy and wanted to do shows with you on that. And you mentioned a book where I needed to read where he talks about all these times in the Hebrew scriptures where these events are taking place, whether it be the nation of Babylon or whatever, that they thought it was really going to end then.
Yeah, that's when prophecy failed. That is really thought-provoking. He says, no, look, there was something that really bummed out people because it didn't happen. And so you have this stuff like, if it tarry, wait for it. That's very much like 2 Peter and so on. That got me off of this, but reading Richard Horsley's book, The Prophet Jesus and the Renewal of Israel, something like that, he deals with this, and he was kind of convincing about it, that what they're really talking about is war, and that was pretty darn catastrophic, and so on. I'm really open to that possibility, and I guess that would have issued in realized eschatology immediately, though. You wouldn't have had, or you might have had some people that took it literally and kept expecting it, and they got embarrassed, while the Johannine Christians said, oh yeah, there you go again. And,
or the Johannine Christians are just a later development of an earlier real they're really thinking something's coming. Since it failed, we better adjust our temperature and get this the right temp.
That's what I generally think. Yeah, I'm just saying, if this is true, where did realized eschatology come from? Well, it may have been the immediate response to the fall of Jerusalem. This has got to be it. And so from now on, there's no predictable future. And you're back to the Old Testament scholars distinguish between the prophetic eschatology and apocalyptic eschatology. The prophetic is just saying, God will reign, and we have to do our part, and it can go on forever, possibly. But the big event will be Israel's autonomy and sovereignty, and perhaps domination of the world with the Torah taught to everybody, and it'll just keep going that way. That ain't bad. You wouldn't necessarily need to believe in the resurrection for that. Like when you have passages like, he who endures to the end will be saved. That makes you wonder if they're saying, like, you know how in the Thessalonians are worried, gee, I got an uncle here who died. Is he lost? He didn't live to see the second coming? Well, maybe that is what they thought, and this thing is a fallback position. The dead in Christ will have the advantage. They'll go up first, in fact. Who knows? That's why you cannot be dogmatic about any of this.
Interesting. Yeah, I got so much to learn, Dr. Bob. Thank you.